like.
Was this before Jackass, or were you guys like?
Oh, way before Jackass.
Yeah.
And it wasn't less Jackass in the sense of like less jumping off a roof, breaking our legs, and more just like with people. You know what I mean? Like, and it would start off like relatively minor stuff. Like I remember like one of the earlier pranks we did would be we went over to this construction site and basically stole these 3 big lights. And then we brought them over to our other friend's house at like 1 a.m. and set them all up outside of his bedroom
She loves this.
windows. And then we had it all set up. And then on like the count of 3, we plugged these 3 lights in. And his bedroom that he was sleeping in was just like, boom, the sun hit him like a UFO.
I like that.
And this was like, early, like this was like, this isn't hurting anybody, but it's hilarious watching this guy like raise up out of bed.
Yeah.
We did steal. That's true. That's true. Most of these are in some way illegal, I will preface.
Boys do the weirdest things.
I know.
It's such a guy thing. It's like, what made you think of that?
Did he freak out? Do you have a memory?
Oh my God, totally freaked out. Like, my only memory is like him popping up out of bed. It's like I don't remember like what happened after. I just remember him like popping out of bed, his whole room as lit up as it can human be. But this evolved. And so we kept doing these things where we would like sneak out at night, and we'd sneak out of I had like my mom had converted our garage into like a big bedroom for me. And so we'd always sneak out. Yeah.
Cool.
So we'd sneak out of my house, and then we go to these pranks. And the other thing that we would do a lot of, the next evolution of this, which is slightly more terrible, would be we would get a bunch of water balloons, and then we would sit on the side of the road in the bushes and for the freeway, and we would just toss water balloons at cars as they passed, and then it would hit them and they'd freak out, obviously. But where this got, now that I'm thinking back on it, this is fucking terrible. And granted, this is like slightly smaller streets. This isn't LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like we'd go to my friend Justin's neighborhood in the middle of the woods sort of place. But we would do the same thing with packets of yogurt and pudding.
Ooh.
But then it would hit their windshield, and their immediate reaction is to put the windshield wipers on, and it would smear. And then they would just like have to pull over to the side of the road real quick. And in hindsight, as a dad,
as a driver and a
this
dad.
is terrible.
Yeah.
This is like a
This
terrible
is murder.
thing. It's murder. This is like terrible, terrible stuff.
Oh my God. Did you ever get caught doing that?
Never, ever got caught. But the last evolution of these specific kinds of pranks is to this day, my favorite is after the Blair Witch Project came out, I was like around that time. Maybe it was even before, but my friend Justin lived in the middle of nothing but cornfields. So he had this neighborhood. Next to it was all these cornfields, and then just lots of like a 2-lane road sort of thing. And we decided that we were going to go out at probably 2-3 in the morning out to this cornfield. And we basically spent 30 minutes taking all these corn stalks, pulling them out, and making cornmen. Ooh. And so we'd have these cornmen that were just like 2 pieces of corn, one across, like one up, that just looked like scary figures of corn. And we set like a dozen of them up all through across this road. And then people would be driving home or whatever at 3 a.m. in the middle of nowhere. And they would just come up what was like a horror movie of these like 12 cornmen. And the reactions would be so varying. Like you'd have somebody that would just kind of pull up and then just like stare at it for a second, and then just kind of like do a 3-point turn and like turn around and like go back the other way. You'd have somebody freak the fuck out and like just slam it in reverse and hit the gas and just go back as if they'd like come into a nightmare.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Like it was just like the best night of pranks I've ever had.
What an artist. That's like an elevated prank. Like, your
we
pranks
got
are
real into it.
Yeah. I was like,
we got real into it.
Did you piss in the water balloon and throw it? You're like, no, we crafted a perfectly.
and the last one was not a field of dreams.
I was like, I once took a dump in a friend of mine, he thought it would be funny to like take a dump in, I never told you this, in like a Pyrex or something. So I couldn't do it because I have poop anxiety. There's no way I'm about to like poop on demand. But one of our friends took a poop in a plastic, and and we put it in someone's mailbox, which I think that's like hardcore.
That's terrible.
Can I go to jail for that now?
I mean, the statute of limitations is definitely passed.
Okay, so I thought you were on that level, but no, you were making full on like very cool artsy. I am not surprised.
We would do some crazy pranks. Yeah, and then don't get me wrong, we did the dumbass stuff too. I remember like going to like church youth conference, like a week that you would go on, and we found the breakers that connected to the what are they called? What are the chaperone? Not the chaperones, but like the adults, the grown-ups' rooms. Yes. And we would just flick them off at night, and so their alarms didn't go off in the morning because this was before people had like phone alarms.
That's great.
And so like 4 days in a row, all of our teachers or youth pastors or whatever are like wandering in, like unshowered, like where are we? What's happening? Because we like hit the breakers, just like just stupid pranks. We were just pranksters, man. We were just pranksters.
Yeah, but like I feel like you're an elevated prankster. Seriously, we've had a lot of good pranks on this, but nothing as highbrow as yours.
Well, he didn't poop in a container.
He did not poop in a container. You don't poop in a container?
I haven't pooped in a container. I'm sure that I've pooped somewhere that I shouldn't have pooped, but and probably ruined someone's day.
It's almost time. We're almost at the age where we have to poop and send it off in a box to make sure that we're okay.
Oh, I've done that.
Cologuard.
Oh,
this is not sponsored by Cologuard, but yeah, there's nothing like more.
I've done that.
You have? Oh, see, you have.
No, I just like that your mom's. I like that your mom just said, I've done that.
Oh, yeah. Done that.
With age comes more
fun.
Yeah.
What else you got for us? Thank you for getting that off your chest.
I feel better now.
Yeah. I mean, this next one, I went back and forth on if I should tell this story, but you know what? Why not?
What up, dudes? Did you like this clip? Then obviously you're gonna love the show, so go check it out. You can hear the full episode now or binge the whole series wherever you get your podcasts. And if you really want to step it up a notch, come over to the party on Patreon. If you haven't already, also, please subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and, do all that YouTube shit. Love you guys. Bye.